Hello guys, it is Jead, and FC26 Team of the Year does look like it's going to be insane. Some of the cards are the best we've ever seen, but a lot of the community right now, a lot of the discussion is people talking about what is wrong with the Team of the Year, some of the things they don't like from EA, and it just feels like a lot of negativity. So despite the team being better than ever, I feel like people are still hanging on to sort of old Team of the Years from the past, from some of the old FIFAs, and if you played the old FIFAs, you'll know what I mean, right? Something doesn't quite feel right in the recent years of Team of the Year, and don't get me wrong, by the way, I love recent Team of the Years. Last year, the 82 times 20, the grind we're going to get this year, and like Team of the Years in recent years in general, some of the SBCs we've had, I absolutely love it. Yeah, I just wanted to talk about the difference between now, like this Team of the Year, the leaks we've got, and old Team of the Years. We'll jump into all the leaks we've got today and why I think it feels a little bit different, and is it actually better than the old Team of the Years? Has it gone downhill? Has it got better? We can all agree some parts of the game have got better and some parts have definitely got worse. So we'll cover all of that today, right? If you are new here, make sure to subscribe for Team of the Year content coming out. We're going to be doing daily pack grinds, some of the best player choices for the new big Evos we've got, how to make as many coins as possible for Team of the Year. So you can see, I'm really excited for Team of the Year, but I think this is a really important topic, especially if you are new or if you've just been playing FIFA for a while. So yeah, let's jump into it. So as you can see at the top, I've got all the leaks I want to cover here and some of the old Team of the Years as well to talk through. And in general, I want to cover the market between old Team of the Years and this Team of the Year, the menu grind, the power curve of the Team of the Years, and of course, we'll have to talk about play styles. I want to talk about old Team of the Years in general and what feels different, and then especially I want to talk about the votes and how the actual players are chosen for Team of the Year. And at the end, we'll talk a bit about the summary, right? What is the differences between them? Is it better? Is it worse? I think it's definitely better, but I think there's some nuance to it. Right, let's start with the old Team of the Year. This is the FIFA 13 Team of the Year, and as you can see, all the way back to when we had square Ultimate Team cards, and also it's a one league Team of the Year as well. Imagine we got a full La Liga or a full Premier League Team of the Year in this day and age. People would go crazy. But look at some of these cards, right? Do you remember any of them? Do you guys remember this Team of the Year? Xabi Alonso, Team of the Year, central midfielder with 62 pace, and his only stat above 90 is passing, one above 80, which is 87 defending, and the rest below 80. That is crazy. Even a card like Iniesta, a 96 rated centre mid, had two amazing stats, passing and dribbling, and the rest of the cards kind of average. And apart from Messi and Ronaldo, this was kind of normal for Team of the Year, and it's the big difference between what we see now and what the game has come to versus back then. Even look at Marcelo, right? Marcelo with 87 pace, 88 dribbling, 86 defending. Team of the Year was accessible to a degree. It was power curve changing to a degree, but I think one of the main things that was the difference between back then and right now was that power curve, and you didn't need one of these cards to compete, right? If you guys played back then, or if you are new, maybe you don't remember, you did not need these cards to compete. You did not need one in your team. If someone had one in the team, it'd be cool, it'd be a bit scary. You'd still end up beating them if you were better, right? You didn't need these cards. But if you look at the men's Team of the Year from this year, look at the difference, right? And of course, playstyles, we're going to get into it in a second. Playstyles is the whole of the section, but look at the state of these players compared to the old Team of the Year, right? It's been a gradual increase for sort of difference in stats, and these cards now being the most busted cards we've ever seen. That is, everyone knows that, right? It's not new news. But part of me does wonder whether this is better or the old one is better. I don't know if nostalgia gets the better of me on this one, but a lot of people complain about the power curve when it comes to Team of the Year, and it's what I want to talk about when we get to the menu grind as well. You'll see what I mean later on. But this Team of the Year here, does that feel slightly better? I don't know. I don't know whether I'd rather have just one or two crack players like the Messi and Ronaldo, and then some more maybe accessible ones that'd be a little bit cheaper. That would sell less packs. And a lot of what I want to talk about today is about EA and selling packs. Do you guys think this would be better, or are we better off having teams like this? Of course, we get the women's team every year now, which is great as well. Just double the amount of cards in packs. That is great as well. And I think one of the main things people would forget with old Team of the Year is, even though I'm saying that some of the cards are more accessible because their price or the price of the market back then was a little bit different, there was no SBCs back then, right? Even going into like sort of FIFA 16, FIFA 17, when SBCs were just becoming a thing, there was no real unlimited grind. You see a lot about the unlimited grind, the unlimited league SBC grind or the pack grind, and they're amazing and we all love them. There was none of that back then. A lot of it was store packs, and the weight on the card still wasn't great, right? There's a reason that Rota Shaw faked all of his fucking Team of the Year pack openings. It made sense. They were really hard to pack, right? But you didn't have a 5 times 380 plus midfielders back then. And I almost think this is the sole reason that this Team of the Year, last Team of the Year, like recent Team of the Years in general, are so much better than they used to be as a whole. And I'm going to jump into, again, the differences between the two. But I think this Team of the Year, last Team of the Year, anyone we've had an unlimited pack grind. If you remember the 82 times 20 from last year, and like I say, we've already started to get these packs, 3 times 85, these attackers upgrades. We've already started to get them in the warm-up. And of course, we're going to get an unlimited grind again. We're going to get the premium mixed leagues or the premium league upgrades again as well. I just want you to imagine for a second like a Team of the Year without a pack grind or without any real way of getting them apart from store packs. We harp on about EA rinsing store packs, but you don't really need to open them. If you want a Team of the Year, it's definitely possible to get one just by doing upgrade packs. Now, I'm not saying it's easy easy, don't get me wrong, but it definitely is possible. And that was never really the case before. I think that goes unspoken or unsaid. That was never really the case before. But what about the market? Because the market is interesting. Do you guys ever even think about buying a team of the year? Like early on when they're actually relevant. Not in footies, not in team of the season. Do you guys ever think about actually buying a team of the year card? Because if you think about it, this is what Ultimate Team was kind of based upon. Now we look at this Time Warp Messi card, right? This guy's not on a team of the year level and he's 4 million coins. So I think we can safely assume some of the higher end team of the year cards on this game are going to be 10 to 15 million coins. Some of the lower end crappier ones like that Koundé card might be a little bit cheaper, but probably still a million coins plus. We'll have to see the pack weight. But if you think what Ultimate Team was built on, it was buying players from the market. And another thing that's changed a lot over the years is the untradable versus tradable nature of the game. Now, we've got a lot of upgrades on the game, like I was speaking about. But have you noticed how just every single year, constantly, the push is always towards untradable packs? It gives EA a little bit more control on the market. It lets them decide what you kind of can and can't have. They kind of just manipulate prices a little bit because of it. But everything's now basically untradeable. Or at least 80 to 90% of the game is untradeable. And I think with Team of the Years, that is good in a sense because it means you at least get a chance to pack one untradeable. But it kind of, like the market's kind of dead. No one ever talks about it. No one ever talks about the fact that Team of the Years on the market are not really a thing. If I ever talk about it in videos, people just tell me they don't care. They want to know what the flashback SBCs are, or the Team of the Year SBCs. And let me know, are you guys the same? Like, you surely care more about this Frimpong official flashback SBC, or for example, the Team of the Year honorable mention Elise SBC. I think we've got a few of that Hullet's coming in Icon Team too. We'll get onto them in a second. This Wilson's coming as an official SBC. And I'm going to guess that you guys care a lot more about these SBCs than any of the Team of the Year cards because they kind of feel inaccessible. Even if you're a trader, right? I'm going to be working towards 10 million coins across Team of the Year, which is great for me, but how small am I as a percentage of the community to be able to afford that without spending like money on packs and all that good stuff? And it is why we trade, but it makes much more sense to me why people really care about these cards. This is all the focus now. These leaks, these flashbacks, we'll get onto icon swaps later on as well. They're a huge focus, but almost no one cares about these actual cards, which is funny considering it is the Team of the Year promo. And with the cards being so inaccessible, another thing that kind of messes with, and this is a huge talking point in the community right now, is the power curve. It was last year as well. Let me give you the perfect artist illustration of what happens with the power curve at Team of the Year, right? Right, you got paint here. Look at this perfect graphical explanation, right? This is the power curve during FC, right? You get the start of the game. It always creeps up, obviously. And let's say we get Team of the Year here, little spike, and then it creeps up again. And then we go towards probably about Team of the Season here. Then footies goes past Team of the Year, right? So this over here is Team of the Year, okay? Now, this is the power curve of FC26. It slowly creeps up, and it's what makes the game so addicting. It's why we love it. You grind packs, get better players. This is why we play the game, by the way. If you ever thinking, why do I keep coming back to FC? This is it, right? They get you hooked on the power curve. What people don't like is this, the Team of the Year spike, because what happens is, let's say you come up against someone in Division Rivals after Team of the Year, and they have a Dembele, they have an Mbappe, they have a Claudia Pina Team of the Year in their team that they got from doing the same upgrade packs you did, but they just got a little bit luckier, right? If that was, let's say, Winter Wildcards, or if that was a Time Warp card, the next promo, like let's say this was Time Warp, the next promo over here that you can just wait like a couple days, a week, you can probably get another card that's better, and it just keeps continuing. But as soon as someone gets a Team of the Week card, this over here is like 3-4 months of time, where just because someone got a little bit luckier than you, they now have a card that you cannot compete with. If they get Dembele, Mbappe, whatever, you cannot compete with that card for like 4 months of time, right? You have to wait till here, which is about Team of the Season, and then obviously you can go past that into footies. And a lot of people don't play the game because a lot of like Team of the Season footies is more about, you know, card collecting, and we like doing the SBCs and the pack grinds and stuff. So let's say again, someone does the exact same amount of upgrade packs as you and they get Team of the Year. I understand it with Time Warp. I understand it with Winter Wildcards back here because you can just catch up very quickly. But Team of the Year is a little bit different. And I think that's what's happened with the power curve, which didn't happen back in the day, by the way. Like even going to FIFA 16, FIFA 17, like I say, without playstyles, and we're going to talk about playstyles in a second. I know that's huge. These cards weren't be-all and end-all. If someone had this Marcelo card, it didn't matter. Now, if someone had Messi and Ronaldo, don't get me wrong, they were broken. But imagine the amount of cheap beasts back in the day that could compete with these cards. You guys who are OGs will know what I'm on about. Of course, I keep mentioning it. We can't forget the biggest change. Let's talk playstyles. It's the biggest change in the game, never mind Team of the Year, and it is huge this year as well. Now, I want to show you that Team of the Year Jules Koundé card, and it's my opinions on the leaks and how EA do it. EA can genuinely just control which cards are good on the game, and that doesn't feel right when it's like... It's performance-based, but they don't really do it like that. Again, always remember, EA are just trying to sell packs at the end of the day. This card, Claudia Pina, is so good because of playstyles, nothing new, right? But I think what makes people so pissed off is how binary it is, right? So this Claudia Pina, right, she has tiki-taka, she has incisive, she has finesse, she has low-driven, and them 4 playstyles, with technical is nice as well, them 4 playstyles alone is why this card is as right as it is. Now, when we had stats back in the day, and I've seen people say this, stats are, of course, a gap between cards. But imagine, for example, let's just say one stat of finishing, okay? She's got 90 finishing. Now, if your striker card that's not as good as this Colonia Pina, back in FIFA 16, back in FIFA 17, had 85 finishing, 86 finishing, the gap's not that big. Like, it's not binary. It's not yes or no. EA can't simply just control which cards are the best by little stat changes. As soon as you make the change binary, as soon as it's a yes or no, does this card have this low-driven playstyle or not? It doesn't work. And I know a lot of you guys say just change playstyles, like nerf them down. But then at what point do they not matter? And then you spend all the time putting playstyles on your card just for it to not matter, then stats matter more. I think the reason stats were so much better is like that one thing I said where they're not as binary. They weren't as yes and no. It was more of a range. Like if I show you this Jules Koundé Team of the Year card, a lot of you guys would have seen this, right? He's got whip pass, slide tackle, and jockey plus. He has basically one playstyle plus. So for a Team of the Year, he's going to be the standard level as every other card. And EA, again, they can say it's a performance. I do get it. But you guys cannot say that EA nail the playstyles when they do players. They just don't. It is so subjective. This card is not a Team of the Year level card. You can forget the stats at the bottom. If you pack this card, it's a Winter Wildcards level card. It genuinely is a Winter Wildcards level card, and I do truly believe that. And I think, again, that is the problem we've got, is that it's too binary, it's too yes and no, and it just doesn't, it creates a divide between players. It literally like sections players into usable and unusable. That's not right for a game that's based on building your ultimate team. If you guys don't remember back in the day, EA used to market Ultimate Team as building an ultimate team. Like you would build this, like they create it, like, you know what I mean? You'd use your favorite players and create this ultimate teams, and then go and take on anyone, and it was really fair. And they've kind of gone away from that to selling packs, and I do get it, but I think this Koundé is a big example of it. Before we get onto the worst part of recent Team of the Years, again, it's not all doom and gloom. I want to keep stressing, I actually love Team of the Year recently. I know it doesn't sound like that, but I really, really do. I really do enjoy the time. It's amazing to play the game. I love making videos on like pack grinds and making coins. That's absolutely my jam, right? And I love doing it myself. And we get Team of the Year icons like Marcelo's coming, Hullet's now been confirmed, and that Marcelo, obviously, we can grind. Everyone, in theory, right? If you put enough time into this game, can have a Marcelo Team of the Year card. You cannot say that was the case back in the day, right? So I do think that's great. And yeah, icons just in general, Team of the Year icons are amazing. We get Team of the Year Ibra. I'm not saying you'll be able to pack any of them, but the fact they're a concept, I really like it, right? I do enjoy some of the concepts recently and where the game's gone in some direction. So I want to stress, I do really like it. And even better than that is, of course, the evolutions. We all know, and they've not really balanced the evolutions well, but evolutions and this Team of the Year evolution, right? This is the league centre mid evolution that, again, we'll get a lot more detail about soon, but basically, going to be able to turn like a lot of the players into Team of the Year level cards, or at least Team of the Year honourable mention, 2 playstyle plus level cards, which is amazing, right? Being able to turn someone that you love, they might play for your club, or just a card that you like using in game, into like a Team of the Year level card. That is amazing. And again, Evos, I've saved the game. Imagine this game without Evos, right? That is the easiest way to say it. Imagine this game without Evos. It's just dead. It doesn't work. Again, they've not balanced Evos correctly. The game is too far over to Evos, but it's another huge positive for me. And again, a huge part of Team of the Year. I'm really looking forward to this. The Blueprint Evo last year was insane. The Chain Builder last year was insane. I'm really looking forward to it. But I think we have to touch on the main negative, which is definitely the votes this year. Now, if you didn't know, I'm sure a lot of you guys do by now. If you didn't know, the votes are rigged. EA just put them out there as like some sort of weird farce that everyone knows about, but no one really talks about it. It's really strange. Basically, EA choose the Team of the Year. They choose the cards that they have to put in. In fact, you know, they can't not put Dembele in, right? They can't not put certain cards in, like Vitinha. They can't probably couldn't put, you know, they have to put Nuno Mendes in. I mean, you say that, but Hakimi had to be in, and just because they don't like him, he's now not in the Team of the Year. EA literally chose the Team of the Year. They choose it based on a few things, and one of them is my own theory, right? They choose one on who's going to sell the most packs. Dembele, Mbappe, Pedri, Vitinha, Saliba even. Saliba will sell more packs than Gabriel, right? They literally know that Saliba will sell more packs than Gabriel, as an example. Another one, in my opinion, is actually like the upgrades. They know that everyone pack grinds. EA need people on the game to make money, so they had to put a few Premier League players in that didn't deserve it, like Haaland. Well, Haaland did deserve it, but everyone said, you know, it could have been someone else, right? Declan Rice did not deserve it. Van Dijk, let's be honest, probably didn't deserve it. Even Saliba, like, why is Gabriel not there? But those players means they can now sell Premier League upgrade packs, and everyone will be on the game grinding those. And it's huge for their PR. So that is awful. The fact they get away with it, and we've always kind of given into it, I guess shows the state of where we are in terms of the disconnect between EA and the community with Team of the Year. And the biggest scandal of all is, by the way, if you didn't know, the votes were still open when the entire Team of the Year got leaked. I don't know how that can even happen. EA was saying, look, go and vote for your favourite players, and the entire Team of the Year got leaked. Now, that doesn't show like where the state of the game is, then I don't know what will. So I guess to summarise, guys, I really do enjoy Team of the Year. I'm going to be getting that Frimpong. I'm going to be getting that Sophia Wilson. Don't get me wrong, that Hullet, probably not mine, but where's that Marcelo? Boom, that card's going to be mine. This Elise looks insane. So many things to grind, right? I'm going to be getting so many of these cards. My team's going to be looking insane. I'm probably going to have the most fun I've had on the game in the next 2 weeks. And yet something doesn't feel quite right. Something just feels a little bit off. I don't know if it's the disconnect between EA. I don't know whether it's because the cards are way far and above the best, other cards in the game. It means that if you don't pack them, you're kind of screwed for the next couple of months against people that do pack them. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think it's better than it used to be? I think it definitely is, by the way, with the menu grind and Evos. But what do you miss about the old Team of the Years? Because I want to give you guys my honest thoughts, because looking at these leaks recently and then looking at some of the old Team of the Years, I was really torn. I was really torn on a few of the points, basically, about what's better and what's got worse. So I do think, despite all the flaws I mentioned today, it definitely has got better from when this was what we got in Team of the Year. This wasn't even a promo, right? You basically had to open store packs to even be involved in the promo. There was no menu grinding. There was no SBCs. So I think it's definitely got better. Like I said, we're going to be doing the unlimited pack grinds live on the Twitch streams. We're going to be, banging out videos. I want to be telling you guys who's the best choices for the evolutions. How can you guys compete with some of them mental squads that you can see? A lot of what we do here is how can you compete without spending any money on the game? And that's a huge part of FIFA for me. It always has been. Trying to get the best teams that, the credit card abusers get. That's what I love doing. If you're going to buy store packs, no shame in it. You go and do that. But that's what I love doing. So we'll get loads of videos on about that. This will be my favorite time on the channel the next 2 weeks, right? Probably my favorite time here on the channel for the entire game cycle, maybe until footies and team of the season. So do make sure to subscribe if you are new and you want to see that sort of stuff about the Evos, the pack grinds, the tradable content. But I also can't disagree with a lot of what the community is saying around the discourse about EA and Team of the Year right now. So like I say, let me know down below what you think. I'll be really interested to know. Are you really hyped for Team of the Year? Are you kind of a bit fatigued? I think so many people will be looking forward to the Evos and the menu grind. But be honest, right? Just answer this question right now. If there was no SBCs and there was no Team of the Year Evo, what would you do? And I know that sounds weird, but obviously that's what we used to have back in the day. So, but yeah, appreciate you boys listening to me ramble about my thoughts on Team of the Year. And like always, boys, until next time, I'll see you all in a bizzle.